Morning everybody. Bit of excitement this morning because it's the 6th of September and it's the Ace of Acorn Final. There's 28 of us fishing. This is the second year it's ran. Last year I won the practice match 2 days, well yes, 2 days ago, Thursday. I did the same last year, to be fair, sort of won the practice match, but that isn't the final, is it? So it's just typical, isn't it? We do a practice match with all the qualifiers, finalists invited and everything. Yeah, and we won it last year, but then we ended up drawing that peg 12, didn't we, in the corner. I have a real love-hate relationship with that peg, don't I? And I ended up 5th, I think, in the final, which wasn't too bad from there, but obviously I didn't really ever feel we had a chance of winning. This year, peg 5 is not dominant at the moment. I don't think it is. There are some pegs that are thrown at fish. Obviously we've had a bit of rain and the air temperature's dropped and the water's gone a little bit clearer. Fishing's got a little bit more difficult. I won it Thursday with 169 pound, but there's like 163, 159, 158, 157. Really nice tight match. I think out of the 28 pegs there's 12 I'd like to draw, so any of those 12 and I think we have a chance, which is lovely. So I just hope to go in the draw bag, get one of those. We're 7th in the draw. You draw in order of qualification. Des Ship will be first because he won the first qualifier, and obviously is an extremely good angler, ex-international, full tight. He's brilliant. Bit of a sort of, you know, god in our little area, if you like, you know, in the southwest, and he's known nationwide, obviously worldwide. A very good angler, so he'll be extremely hard to beat. But I think if we have one of those 12 pegs, you know, I'd have a chance. I really think we would, as will other people as well, of course. But it's going to be fun. We're going to enjoy the day. There's some good section money as well. We have a good little giggle. They treat us like royalty down there. Acorn putting this on locally is absolutely brilliant. There isn't many events like this, and you feel a little bit special, you know. You sort of you're a finalist in one of these you know, little, you know, matches you've got to qualify for and everything. So it's going to be good. So fingers crossed. Let's hope we're bungo. Any of those 12 and we'll be happy. I'll film the draw in that so you can see where I am and where we draw. I'll see you in a bit. Well, I just drove out the estate and I put the camera on, turned the camera around towards me just to say, as soon as I came out, I'm quite superstitious, and I just seen a single magpie. That ain't good, but I'm hoping to see a pair before we get down to Acorn. We got a long way to go yet. Then I had a black cat run out in front of me. Now I can't remember, is that good luck or bad luck? See you in a bit. So we start short on pellets, same as we've done really quite a bit throughout the year, and once again it sort of lets us down. We have one tiny liner and that's about it. So after 10 minutes, I just have a quick look down that edge just to see if we're in for an easy day. I mean, I love the way the edges look with the breeze and that on it, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that breeze down in this corner is going to be too much and the water turning back over, they're not going to like. So anyway, 20 minutes into the match, and we've worked our way along the end bank, and we finally had our first bite at 13 meters. With our little 4mm hard pellets, cab potting a few in. I wouldn't want to hold the pole any longer than that, to be honest, because it's very blustery. You can hear how bad the wind is, even with the sort of volume down. It's the same for everybody. I mean, the lake is a shape so it's sort of such that some people have more wind than others. But so you could just see the float go under. Then we're right up into those tuffets, not tight to the bank due to the tuffets, not allowing us to get tight. But we're probably sort of 3 foot deep. Normally, I would fish that same depth in this peg. I've had this peg a couple of times, done okay out of it. It wasn't one of my first choices, I have to be honest. But I'm still optimistic because it's fishing hard. The weights won't be really high, so everybody's in with a chance. But generally, I would fish that depth off to my left as well to the island there, but it's very difficult to hold due to the wind, obviously. So the next bite we have to wait a full 10 minutes for. So I know this line now needs a rest. I don't want to fish it right out. I'm not sure where else we can catch, to be honest, but we'll have to look somewhere. So the rig there we're using at the M bank is same as we use generally on the islands at the moment, which is fairly light. It's like 016 main line, an 012 hook length, size 20 LWG, little micro band, a pure latex micro band, 4mm coppins in the band, and 4mm for feed as well. So we're an hour in now, and this is what, our third carp. Oh, definitely fishing quite hard. From what we can see from here, nobody's running away with it, so all to play for. So the wind incredibly even got worse. And as you can see, it got difficult to hold that 13 meters. But I mean, I didn't really worry about it too much because we were at that sort of stage in the match, to be honest, where I felt to make any impression on this and give ourselves a chance of winning Ace of Acorn, I really felt we had to start catching short somewhere, you know. So a skimmer on the maggot line there, not the carp we'd hoped for, but a decent sized skimmer. And we finally hook a carp on that short line. Oh, so that gives us a little bit of hope, doesn't it? I mean, the edge fishing leading up to this has been brilliant, and I was really, really banking on the edges. But with the wind blowing it in as it is, it was always in the back of my mind: is the water hitting the bank and then turning over and coming back on itself, if you like? And the fish may not want to be in it, so I'm just not sure if it's going to be any good. So we've got another fish on the maggot line. And on this, we got our usual sort of grey. Um, I'm using grey elasto actually at the moment rather than hydro, so grey elasto. The liquid filled hollow one. 018 main line, 014 hook length, size 18 LWG, and double white maggot on the hook. We've about an hour and a half to go. We've been priming these lines, these really short maggot lines, where I can sort of hold and feed everything really tight. To be honest, in the wind and how the conditions are, I can't feed accurately enough by hand, and I still always think shortly, like those maggots this time of year, raining down through the water. But you do have to be accurate, which is why we sort of fed these maggots so short and close to ourselves. But in fairness, there's still like 3 foot of water there on the second shelf, in tight to the nets, and with the wind and that amount of depth, and still some colour in the water. It's got clearer, but it's not clear. It's not gin or anything. So, you know, I figured with all that sort of cover, we'd catch there, and obviously we are. And this rig's robust now as well. This is our green Keep Nets Direct Elastic. 018 main line, but we are fishing 016 hook length now, and a 16 B911 with treble maggot on. This really is quite positive. even in 3 foot due to the water movement. I'm still using that's actually a 4B14 rube of that float, which is heavy in 3 foot of water. But I really need it to just stabilise that bait because the water movement there's a lot. And when I'm throwing the maggots in, I'm watching how the maggots are moving, and I've sort of realised that when we've been throwing that in front of us, we've probably underestimated just how far those maggots have travelled in the wind. You've got to bear in mind the toes going the other way as well, back the other way, the opposite way, if you like. So that'll always, once the maggots get a certain depth, make them travel back the other way. But even though I still think we underestimated the movement. I'm now wondering if I should have sort of fished this more positive, shorter, earlier, but I don't know. It's one of those. I mean, you can sit there short all day and not get a touch for 3 4 hours. I don't know. I don't know. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. We're catching now, but I just think it, it's such a slow match and it's such a slow. Even though we're catching well now, probably faster than anybody else I can see. I just feel it's still taking too long to get a bite for me to be able to sort of catch up, if you like. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the lake's fishing difficult, and it's a lovely day's fishing anyway, isn't it? But when it's fishing difficult like this, we mentioned earlier back in the van at the start of the day, that peg five wasn't where it was, and this, that, and the other. But when it fishes hard like this, I believe pegs five and pegs nine are dominant, and those two pegs are in my section as well today. So I think it's going to be hard to even win the section. In the Ace of Acorn, obviously there's one Ace of Acorn, the winner wins £1,000, and then there's a second place, and then after that it's just sections. And I think it's going to be extremely hard to even win the section from here because our pegs are 1 to 9. So that's 5 pegs on the island, including peg 5. And peg 9 has got the wind going straight into it. Tom's on 9, good angler, and Gareth Boycott's on 5. Very hard to beat at the best of times. Des didn't draw so well. I think he's ranked on 24. Um, Martin Ray is in our love-hate relationship peg 12, but the wind's blowing straight into it, so I quite fancy that today with him in there. Got Matty Hamilton straight over there across from us in red as well. He's catching one or two now, but he's not in our section, but he's probably doing quite well in his section. Still a lovely day's fishing in it. Bit of a special day out, really, this final. It's very nice. Second time it's ran. Pleased that I'm fishing it both times. But both times have ended up in corner pegs, and all I really want is just a normal peg, with two standard edges, if you like, a standard second shelf, and an island across. As you can see, we're really larraping those maggots in now. It seems to be working, doesn't it? As you can see, we're not even a section out, are we? It's like half a top kit, isn't it? And it does look like we thought earlier that that is the sort of depth the fish want to be in today. That's sort of 3 foot. I think anything less, the water, as I say, in those edges and that, the water's just kicking back when it hits the bank, and they just don't want to be in it. They don't like it, which is a shame because it's made our edges obsolete. And I felt I had the edges pretty tapped when we come into the final, to be honest. Lovely day out though, as I say, really is.